The maximum position at the top where the piston reaches is called the top dead center or TDC, and the minimum position at which the piston is reaching is called BDC, that means bottom dead center. And the distance traveled from BDC to TDC is called the stroke. Another term which is used is bore. Bore is the diameter of this piston. The fresh air is taken into the engine. Fresh air enters from the surrounding and enters into the engine. And the burnt gases should be exhausted from the engine. So these two valves are used for fresh air intake and burnt gases exhaust. You can see the pink portion here and the white portion on the upside. This TDC, that is top dead center, and above this line the volume which is left inside the cylinder is clearance volume. And when the piston reaches the bottom dead center, this total volume, this is the total cylinder volume minus this clearance. White one is the clearance volume. If we uh, subtract this clearance volume from this total volume, it will have the swept volume. Swept volume means that this is the volume that is swept by the piston. It is also known as displacement volume, swept volume or displacement volume. Then another term which is very important for engines, that is compression ratio. So compression ratio is the ratio between maximum volume to the minimum volume. In the previous slide, you have seen that when the piston was at its bottom dead center, it has the maximum volume. There was maximum volume inside the cylinder. And when the piston reaches its TDC, that means top dead center, it has the minimum volume. So the ratio of maximum volume to minimum volume is called the compression ratio. Mean effective pressure. So it is a pressure if it is acted on the piston during the entire power stroke. Mean effective pressure is used to measure the work output. If we know the values of V maximum, that means total volume inside the cylinder minus the swept volume minus clearance volume, V minimum is the clearance volume. So we can find work output of an engine by using this formula. Reciprocating engines are classified in two basic branches, which first one is spark ignition engine and the second one is compression ignition engine. In the spark ignition engine, a spark plug is given. The function of this spark plug is to ignite the fuel when this piston reaches its top dead center. This spark plug ignites the fuel, which gave us the power output. Whereas in the diesel engines, which are compression ignition engines, spark plugs are not given, but fuel is compressed up to a point where the fuel is auto-ignited due to its temperature. The spark Ignition engines are further classified into branches, which are four-stroke engines and two-stroke engines. In the four-stroke engines, the piston executes four-stroke in each thermodynamic cycle, and the crankshaft completes two revolutions. It means that the cycle is completed in four strokes. First, I will explain it in the next video, where you can see that the cycle is completing, the complete thermodynamic cycle is completing in four strokes, and four strokes of piston is converted into complete crank revolutions. So the second one is two-stroke engine, in which thermodynamic cycle is completed in just two strokes. There are only two strokes. So this figure shows us a two-stroke engine, in which there are only two strokes. The first one is power stroke and the second is compression stroke. So it will be explained in the next video.